All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Rhodes Show, Season 2, Episode 8, Week 9. Old man stepped in for Guy last week. Went 5-4. Was looking ugly at first, but ended up over 500. Solid debut. Shout out to him for hosting. I appreciate it. I went 3-3. The biggest hit of the day was Old Man giving us New England money line. I sprinkled that on my own off the side. That was electric coming down to the wire. JETS, suck. How we feeling, Guy? You're back.
I'm back. Good intro. Way to fill in the old man this past week. 5-4 looked ugly for him. That Patriots pick really brought him back. That's a big plus money hit. He looked a little uncomfortable on here though, Big Brain. He was standing up the whole time. That's why I'm gonna have a seat. I'm comfortable on this show. My record is immaculate. I'm ready to just add wins to this, stack wins. Fair job by the old man, but that's why he's a backup. That's why he's
the second string. That's why he's the B team. He was making me a little nervous, pacing around, standing up the entire time.
I'm glad too.
He was real sweaty. But we'll kick us off right into the games. We'll get right into it. We got an ugly one, a Guy requested game, a division game. Would have meant a lot more if they won last week. But we got the Miami Dolphins, Tua back, that offense back, going to the Buffalo Bills, who own the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins open up at +6, and the over-under is 49.
Feels good to get tossed to here first, right off the bat, off the bye week. I had a bit of a bye week last week. Guy's a busy guy. I'm back up in Pittsburgh right now.
Listen, the entire NFL. The entire NFL didn't have a bye week, but one of us had to have a bye week.
I had to have a bye. That was your bye week. I was so red hot. The pressure was getting to me. I had to have a little bit of a break. Saw some family. I'm fully back. This Miami-Buffalo game is interesting, Big Brain. It's interesting. Miami's sitting here at 2-5. But I'll tell you what, Tua came back last week, and we've seen what the Miami Dolphins offense can be capable of with Tua Tagovailoa. I'm a Tua fan in this league. He's one hit away from never watching him again. This is the perfect week, Big Brain, and I'm going to touch on this throughout this show. Dolphins are 2-5. There's a lot of teams here that are 2-5, 2-6. The Dolphins can win this game all they want. Their season is dead. They're dead. The season is over for the Miami Dolphins. I love the Bills -6. Give me the Bills -6. The Bills defense always has a good plan for Tua. Sean McDermott always plays Miami tough. It's in Buffalo. It's not quite that cold yet, but I'm sure it's getting a little chilly. This is the time of year where you see Miami go into Buffalo. It's 51 degrees at game time. They're all wearing turtlenecks and sleeves. These Dolphins fans, the patience for me with Mike McDaniel. The Big Brain, he's a Dolphins sympathizer. We got a big Dolphins fan listening to this show. The Dolphins are just disappointing. They get disappointed bad. They fall to 2-6. Who knows what will happen, but the Bills are rolling. They look good. Keon Coleman's coming on of late. Their run game looks good. I mean, Miami, think about that. This is the difference in this game. The pass rush of the Arizona Cardinals is last in the league, and they caused all sorts of chaos for Tua in the pocket back there. What are the Bills going to do to them? This is easy for me. Bills -6.
You know, I couldn't agree with you more. Let me just ask you, what do you think the record Bills and Dolphins are in the last 6 games?
Last 6 games, I want to say the Dolphins are 2-4. I feel like
close. The Dolphins are 1-5 with their only win coming in all the way back in 2022, and they won 21-19. This is all Bills. It's in Buffalo. The Bills own the AFC East since Tom Brady left, and they will continue that dominance. They will distance themselves even farther in the division. Every other team in that division has 2 wins, and it's going to stay that way after Thursday night and after Sunday whenever the Bills beat the shit out of Beans Dolphins. Give me Buffalo -6. I'm riding that number with you.
Good call. I agree. Dolphins just got to pack it in, wait for next year. They're still a decent squad, but this season's over. It really screwed them. Tua being out an extra week got them bad.
like I said, if they would have won last week, this would have meant a hell of a lot more, but the season's over. And we'll move into the next game where, man, did they blow it. They shouldn't have been in the chance to be in this game at all, and they still found a way to blow it because that's what the Chicago Bears are. We got the Chicago Bears going to what we just talked about, the Arizona Cardinals, who are 4-4. The 4-4 Arizona Cardinals, I believe they're at the top of the NFC West. And Chicago on the road is plus 1.5, basically a pick 'em. Over under is 44.5. I'll start us off here. Bears D is good. Jaden Daniels was moving the ball a little bit, but got stuffed every time in the red zone. They kicked 4 field goals and had a Hail Mary. Arizona's D, they played really well against Miami Dolphins, and Tua coming back. Tua was tossing behind his back with his right hand underneath, over top, and the Arizona Cardinals, they found a way at the end of the game to end the game, and along with that offense. This number is interesting, but the Bears are the Bears, and I think the Cardinals, that win was huge because they came back in that game. They won that game. That was a game they definitely should have lost because it was like Tua coming back. Dolphins are back on it. Dolphin season's live. Cardinals are like, not too fast. And I think the Cardinals keep rolling. Give me the Cardinals minus 1.5 at home. Kyler Murray, COD. He don't care about Black Ops 6. He's going to eat. Did you see also he quote tweeted somebody and it was like a stat line where it showed where Kyler Murray's it was sleeper. It was sleeper fantasy, and he said something along the lines of like the B team, the B team of fantasy or something like that. Yeah. So Kyler Murray called him out. He knows that's a stat, and he wants to prove him wrong. Give me Arizona Cardinals all day minus 1.5.
So these two teams, in my mind, are almost the same but opposite in a sense of they're both young teams. I think one of the best coaches in the NFL is Jonathan Gannon. No one talks about him because he's out in the desert. I think he's done a great job. He did a great job in Philadelphia when they were going to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago as a D coordinator. The Cardinals are rolling, but you know what? The Bears' defense is really good. They are going to come to play after that heartbreaker in Washington. They look awesome. They're fun to watch. But after that heartbreaker, they've been hearing it all week about the Bears defense being lazy. I think the Bears defense comes to play. I lean towards Arizona in this game, but I really like the under 44.5. The Cardinals offense, when it gets rolling with Marvin Harrison, like James Conner looks good too. When they get rolling, they can be good. But the Bears in general, like I feel like the Bears defense caused a couple turnovers here, but Caleb Williams you don't know what version of him you're going to get. I think the head coach is way out of his league here with Caleb Williams out in Chicago. I think with the right guy, they can be rolling next year. I like the under here. I don't like the Bears to score a lot of points. I like the Cardinals maybe get 1 or 2 turnovers, leave an empty drive. But I'm just going to take the under 44.5.
I definitely lean the under as well. I agree with every point you made there. Bears defense, they're going to play hard, but it's all about the Bears offense. What are we going to get? And probably nothing.
One point on the Cardinals is when they can get Marvin Harrison involved, they're unstoppable. He's really only been unlocked one game this year, and it was at home. I watched him for 3 years at Ohio State. He's a game changer. If he gets involved, this could get really ugly. But I just don't see the Bears offense being able to do much. I know the Cardinals defense is bad, but Jonathan Gannon is a great defensive coach.
I agree, and when the Cardinals offense looks bad, it looks bad. Yes. And so this under 44 is a lot of points, and I lean the under as well. And we'll move into another divisional game. We got 3 divisional games on our docket for this week. We got LA Rams, the hot LA Rams, brought their season back with that Thursday night win, going to who knows what you're going to get week to week in the Seattle Seahawks. It basically for the Seahawks depends if DK Metcalf's playing or not. And we got Seattle at home in the 12s, +1. It's a pick 'em. Over under is 48.
We're getting to that point in the season where these are a lot of divisional games. The NFC West is a crapshoot. And like you said, the Cardinals are in first place right now. The Rams are sitting there. I believe they're 3-4. The Seahawks are 4-4. Arizona's 4-4. The The 49ers look like they're about punted on this season. This, I think, is the toughest game to call out of these games that we're picking here. There's some reverse line movement in this game, Big Brain. Seattle was favored until tonight. Seattle comes in as the dog, +1. I saw +1.5 as well. They're at home.
So I do think the reason for that line change was I just pulled it up as of 26 minutes ago from the Seattle Times. Seattle Seahawks get mixed reviews on DK Metcalf's injury. So he's probably didn't practice today, so probably leaning towards him not playing.
He's a limited participant. They also have a bye next week. They could just hold him out till the bye. They're kind of, like I said, this division is just tough. I don't think any of these teams stink in this division. I just think everyone's about the same on that level. I don't even really have it. I mean, I went back and forth on this game. But after watching the Rams last week, they got Cooper Kupp back and Puka Nacua. I'm going to take the Rams -1 with Matt Stafford on the road. Sean McVay plays the division tough. And you just don't know what you're going to get out of Seattle. DK Metcalf unlocks a lot for Smith and Jigma and Tyler Lockett. But I'm just going to take the Rams here. They get a win. They go to 4-4. The division's still all the way there. All their goals still in front of them.
So McVay, you were exactly right. McVay and the Rams in McVay's tenure is 10-5 against the Seattle Seahawks. DK Metcalf probably not going to play. The Rams coming off a mini bye, the 10 days in between the games. I'm all over the Rams -1 as well. Kind of scares me that I'm on two favorites that are less than 2-point favorites, so it feels like a trap. But I think the Rams get right this game, and they go on, just like the Cardinals, I think they go on a mini run themselves and start to take charge and start to be a playoff team in the NFC. And we move on to probably the best game of the week. And because Sunday night, we got the Vikings and the Colts. That's going to suck. And so, although we do get Joe Flacco, so it may not be that terrible. But we got the best game of the week. This is a huge, huge, huge game, not only in the NFC, but in the NFC North. It is the Detroit Lions going to the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers at home open up at +2.5, and the over-under is 48.5. A lot of points.
I know it's your turn, but I got to take this game because I'm excited to
talk
about it. First time Jared Goff goes outdoors this season, and the Detroit Lions are a force. I feel bad for what they did to Tennessee last week. You rarely see somebody get blown out like that, even the bad teams. Detroit is just rolling right now, but I will say this. I trust the Packers at home. I don't care. I mean, I imagine Jordan Love's going to play this game with that groin injury. Even if he doesn't, I don't think it kills them that they have Malik Willis there. I think Matt LaFleur is a great coach. I'm going to take the Packers +2.5, and I'm just going to cover my eyes and watch this game. Forecast on Sunday in Green Bay, wind and rain. I think that the Lions are due for a letdown spot here. Give me the Packers +2.5. Don't care who the quarterback is.
I definitely lean Packers as well. Packers at home, dogs. That just smells like a big brain play. But like you said, Jared Goff's first game outdoors, windy conditions, and it could be Malik Willis. And Matt LaFleur is going to try to muddy this game up. Give me this under 48.5. This is like you just said, you're going to close your eyes and watch this game. I'm going to close my eyes and watch this game as well because the over in Lions games could happen in a blink of an eye.
We could look real stupid real fast.
Real stupid. But I think this is a game where the Lions start to come back down to earth a little bit, and this is a lot closer than we think. And give me this under 48.5. It's going to be close, and I'm going to be squeamish the entire game. But I definitely love the under, and I lean the Green Bay Packers. And let's kick it off. Irbys Best Bet, brought to you by Irbys Tavern. I was there a couple times later in the week. Got a burger, got wings, just great food overall, great service. They remembered me. They recognized me.
How was the
atmosphere for Game 1 of the World Series was electric, but Game 3 of the World Series, not so electric, but still homey vibes, good vibes in there. no matter if you're looking for a great time or you're just looking to relax and have a few beers. But I'll start us off with Irby's best bet. I got two this week. We talked about the AFC East, how every team is going to be 2 wins after this week. And it still might be the case. But the Tennessee Titans are 3.5-point favorites against the New England Patriots. That's too many points for the Tennessee Titans. I don't know if Drake May's playing. He's still working through concussion protocol. Article today said they still don't know who's going to start. I feel worse about it if it's Jacoby Brissett, but give me New England Patriots plus 3.5. I think they keep this close. Tennessee Titans, why are they anything more than a 1.5 point favorite? They shouldn't be nothing more than that. And this one's gross. This second one is gross. This is a game where the team that they're playing finally feels like to the fans, we got our season back. Buddy, you played the Browns with Deshaun Watson, the Giants, and the Bengals. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 7.5 going to the link. The Jags are a good football team. They just are the Jags. 7.5 points is way too many points. Jags have been in every game since they won the London game. And I think they keep this within the number. I may sprinkle money line because I'm looking at it and it's plus 260, and that number is lovely to me. But give me the Jags plus 7.5 for my 2 Irbys best bets.
Yeah, I took the bye week last week, so I got to deliver here. My best bets here have not been great this record. This is the week we get back on track. I'm about to deliver 4 Irbys best bets. And we're going to start off with the game that you just touched on, the Eagles and the Jags. The Eagles, I could look like a Super Bowl contender one week, and they look like they're missing the playoffs next week. The Jags, I know that the Jags are good. They have just had some unfortunate bounces all season. I think Doug Peterson's a good coach. Doug Peterson back at the link after he got a raw deal, ran out of town there for some amateur bum, Nick Sirianni. I'm not taking a side here. I love the under 46, but if I had to take one, give me the Jags plus 7.5. It's too many points. I think that this game stays close the whole game, but there's not a lot of points scored. So I'm going to start out there with the under 46 in the Philadelphia-Jacksonville game. I'm going to go the opposite.
I like that.
We're going to go up to Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns, who they're sitting at 2-6. But this is one of those weeks, and I touched on it with the Dolphins game. Even if the Dolphins somehow pull that game out, the season's done. The season's done. The Browns, they aren't ready to accept the season is done, but the season's done. Jameis Winston, he's a factor out there. Browns' offensive line finally got healthy. The Chargers' offensive tackles are going to handle Myles Garrett. The points in this game, give me the over 42. Jameis Winston's going to put up points.
I like that too.
Justin Herbert has put up points the last couple games. I like both of these teams. I think the Browns strike fast, but I just think the war of attrition sets in on that Browns defense. The Browns believe they're still in it, and they're not. They're 2-6. Even at 3-6, they're done. The Steelers and the Ravens have taken over. The Bengals are going to piss all over the Browns. But Jameis, at least in this game, the Jameis Winston factor is there, had a big win. The fans are believing in Cleveland. There's going to be a lot of points in this game. Give me the over 42. Now, we're going to talk about a sad team here in the Cowboys. The Cowboys are atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Implosion season for Jerry Jones. Worst case scenario. They're coming off a bye. It doesn't matter. Their defense stinks.
Terrible.
Kirk Cousins is unbelievable. He's thrown 10 touchdowns to 0 interceptions in the red zone. The Falcons are rolling. Raheem Morris I think he's a good head coach. I'm going to take the Atlanta team total 27.5. Give me that at home. The Falcons are believing I think the Falcons could do something this year. They got 2 great running backs. Drake London looks good. Kirk Cousins, great leader. We see that in Pittsburgh with Russell Wilson. You bring in a veteran like that, he gets them fired up. Kirk O'Chain scores a lot of points here. Give me the Falcons team total 27.5. My last Irby's best bet of the night, and it's a stinker of a Sunday night game. You got the benched Anthony Richardson's taking himself out of the game for 75-year-old Joe Flacco against the Minnesota Vikings, who started out red hot, but everyone knew who the Vikings were. Give me the Fighting Joe Flacco's plus 5.5 on Sunday Night Football. The Josh Downs is unlocked with Joe Flacco there. When Anthony Richardson plays, he doesn't even get targets. When Joe Flacco plays, he's had 2 games over 100 yards. It's crazy. They got Michael Pittman back. Jonathan Taylor's always a big factor. Like, the Vikings are good, but and the Vikings might even win this game. But 5.5 with Joe Flacco, he's going to manage this game perfectly. This is one of those games where the entire time the Colts are going to be within striking distance. If they have the ball in the last drive of the game, give me the Colts. Joe Flacco is the man when it comes to being an old quarterback. Colts 5.5. I'm all over this. This is one of my best bets of the week. Give me the Colts plus 5.5.
I like that pick a lot. And you know what? I'm adding to my Irby's best bet because as I'm looking at the lines right now, I was appalled by this one. Carolina Panthers are banned from me betting them at all this year, but I could still bet the number in this game. Why is this total 43.5?
They just traded away their best receiver too for a bag of balls.
Bryce Young can't put up 10 points, and you're telling me the Saints are going to put up 30? I'm riding this under. This is a game that's not going to be on the TV. I'm not going to tune in to 1 second of this game, and this under is going to be so easy. I got 3 Irby's best bets, and this was an ad, but this might be my favorite one. Under 43.5, Carolina, New Orleans, at Carolina. There's going to be nobody in the crowd.
No. You know what this will be? This will be that the games wrap up and they toss it to Carolina because it's so ugly. There's so many incompletions. There's still somehow 7 minutes in the fourth quarter, and it's 9-0. Somebody.
Or it's 9-3 with 3 minutes left, and Bryce Young has the ball at the New Orleans, at the Carolina 9-yard line. So they have a 91-yard drive for 3 minutes, and they get 6 yards in 2.5 minutes. This under is going to hit so good. Glad guys back. Great show. We're looking for a big week. We're riding Buffalo together. We're riding LA Rams. We seem to be leaning the same side, so that's always bodes well for the show. I think we're going to have a big week. We got a lot riding on Irby's best bets, 3 and 4 plays. Take it easy, everybody. Let's win some money.